Let's extrude this side inwards. First, select this face loop. Then we can hide it and select the leftover faces by selecting one and pressing L. Then inset the selection and extrude it inwards. Then unhide the hidden geometry. Since I've made this nice quad-based geometry, I'll make duplicates of them and put them in a collection. You never know if you can use it later. Let's work on this arm to improve it. We can use the B-Surfaces add-on to recreate this rim. After drawing the annotation lines, click on Add Surface. Fill any gaps. Tweak the vertices as needed. We can use the Loop Tool's Circle tool to make this selection perfectly circular. And then extrude the selection. And extrude again inwards. Those edges can be creased to make them sharp. Separate by selection to make it a separate object. With the F2 add-on, we can fill these bottom faces. And crease those edge loops as well. The part needs to be rotated slightly to better align it to the other arm piece. In Sculpt mode, we can prepare the surrounding sculpted geometry to fit better with the newly created part. This can be done mostly by smoothing. We can use a circle primitive as the starting point for some geometry at the other end of the arm. Scale and rotate it in place, so that it matches the arm. Then in edit mode, extrude it. Enable snapping to snap the extruded vertices to the surface. You can move them one at a time for the most precise result. In X-ray mode, it's easier to see what you're doing. After that, we can extrude everything inwards to add thickness. This often means that you'll need to flip the normals. These edge loops can be creased. And with a subdiv modifier, it looks nice and machine-like. In Sculpt mode, we can push this geometry in with glaze strips. Apply the subdiv modifiers on these new pieces and then select them together with the arm object. Join them with Ctrl J. It looks like these normals have to be recalculated. Remesh to really join these parts. I'll enable smooth shading. Now we can better merge these three parts in Sculpt mode. I'll quickly use B-Surfaces to recreate this top edge of the arm. It looks like the B-Surfaces geometry got twisted again. Not sure why that happens. We can manually reposition the vertices. We can manually add some geometry by extruding. Add some thickness with a solidify modifier. And apply that modifier. Let's move these faces up. We can manually adjust these vertices to make it fit the original sculpt better. These edges should be sharp, so I will crease them. And I'll add a subdiv modifier. We can make this more machine-like by flattening this edge. First, select an edge, hold Ctrl and select the edge on the other side. Press S, X and 0 to scale it down to 0 on the X-axis, and rotate as needed. Repeat those steps with this edge. Using proportional editing, we can adjust the shape. Apply the subdiv modifier, join the new object with the arm shape and merge it in Sculpt mode as before. We can use the scrape brush and smoothing to make this area work better with the new geometry. After scraping and smoothing, it looks much better. That's a good improvement on the arm. Okay, after 8 hours of sculpting, I really can no longer put off working on the head. I think I will create some kind of separation between the front part and like a glass dome behind it. I got a bit tired of those bright colors, so I switched back to a grey madcap. To make the glass dome, I'll first recreate the head shape using a quad sphere. In X-ray mode, we can select half of the sphere from the side and extrude it. Then add an edge loop and move it up and rotate it. Then with Ctrl B, bevel it. The added edge loops are distributed evenly as the width type is set to %. I've added 17 segments by scrolling the mouse wheel up. Do the same at the front. Scroll the mouse wheel after beveling the edge loop to get the right amount of edge loops. We can smooth the vertices and repeat with Shift R a few times to make it really smooth. Smoothing also deflates the volume, so scale it back up. With proportional editing, we can further edit the shape. We can turn off X-ray view now and turn on shade smooth. And do some more proportional editing. Here we need to push the shape in a bit. And here as well. I'll just hide that new object and move the original sculpt to the side to act as a reference. Instead of remeshing, I'll add a multi-res modifier to add subdivisions. Click on Subdivide to increase the resolution. Now we can use the scrape brush to match the original shape.